Yes, Emma. I liked Emma a lot more
Mhm.
than Seberg. I think Emma's honestly really, really, really fun time. And Emma, of course, is a Jane Austen adaptation. It's been adapted before in film and TV. Jane Austen, as we know, probably most famously for Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, just generally a uh, wealth uh, of works ready for adaptation, similar to Louisa May Alcott, who we recently talked about for Little Women. And I've never seen any of the previous Emmas. I believe the most famous one was with Gwyneth Paltrow. Had you seen that?
No.
Yeah. So I really didn't know what it was about at all. It's actually interesting because I think this is one of her last works that came out, but it's interesting because it's more of just like a more frivolous like comedy. It doesn't have as lofty, grand story as something like Pride and Prejudice. And I think at the time, actually, it was kind of looked down upon. It. Jane Austen's like, well, I kind of just wrote this for me. And I think the lead character, Emma Woodhouse, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, I think Emma is a character only I would like. But like, so and not that we were alive when Jane Austen was cooking, but I appreciate that attitude about your work. It's like, oh, fuck it. I wrote this because I wanted to write it. I don't give a shit what you think.
Keep
Um,
that energy.
yeah. It's cool because, you know, you might watch this trailer and be like, this is a costume drama. I don't like costume dramas. I'm not into this. But the thing is, it's
That's me.
really,
Hand up.
yeah, that's you. This is a period comedy, though. It's,
Hmm.
it's they're in the costumes. Yes, we're set in pre-Victorian London countryside, hanging out with some landed gentry. Emma is a very wealthy 20-year-old who uh, does not need to marry because her single dad, played by Bill Nighy, is doesn't need her to do that. They have enough wealth, so she's kind of hanging out, and she's kind of just basically like a socialite who like kind of like runs the town and tries to like match make people in town because it amuses her, and she just thinks she's you know the smartest and the most beautiful one in town. And I think there was the tagline, which is from the book and being the movie. Emma, handsome, clever, and rich. That's kind of how she,
Hmm.
lives her life. But what I liked about it was that, I think on its face, like it has very like Wes Anderson color palette, which is nice. And you see that combined with like the costumes and the settings, of course, and you expect that to be great. But because it's a comedy, I think it's actually best compared to something like The Favorite, but
I was gonna say.
without like the more darker, sadder tone that occupies a lot of what happens in The Favorite. This is much lighter, and it also I think challenges the viewer because it really just throws you right into the story, right into the middle of these characters' relationships, and you are just expected to pick up on things as you watch the movie and learn about everyone. And going along with that, there's jokes that get set up in the beginning of the movie that you just don't really understand when you first see it. Then when they pay off at the end of the movie, you're like, holy shit, that was actually really funny. And like seeing these characters kind of like dress each other down, and of course, an older English parlance. It's just kind of funny when you like when the whole theater is like laughing at
Hmm.
like an older English joke. It's just not something you do all the time. And I think Anya, I think I really loved her in Thoroughbreds in 2017.
Yeah.
Everyone really liked her in The Witch from Robert Eggers. Definitely a really talented actress who's continuing to rise really fast. And we'll see how she acquits herself in New Mutants, although I probably won't hold anything that happens in that movie against her. Uh, I think Anya is really well picked for at least this interpretation of the Emma character because she has a way of like emoting with her face and her like really engaging eyes that just kind of make up what she
Hmm.
what she looks like when she's acting. So tough to say why, I guess, but I think she was she did this role well. But then the key to this movie is Johnny Flynn, who plays George Knightley, who's like the foil to the Emma character and eventually the love interest as well.
Hmm.
And he's really great. But there's a lot of also just characters that are just really like finely written for humor. This guy like Caleb Turner's in this. A lot of talented English folks. Two people from Sex Education. Tanya Reynolds, who's
Hey.
was it the Squid Girl, Octopus? Yeah,
Hmm.
she's doing some completely different in this, but I think she's really great. Mia Goth. is kind of like Emma's like underling, like lackey in a sense. She's hilarious.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Sounds like a good time.
it is a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. This is a directorial debut from Autumn de Wilde too. Autumn, I'm not familiar with her, but she's a music video director and photographer. This is her first movie, but I think she acquitted herself pretty well. And the score is actually co-scored by Isabel Waller-Bridge, the older sister of Phoebe. Who,
Wow. Look at
yeah.
that.
So yeah, I think it's a really fun time, and I appreciate that the movie doesn't just kind of go through the motions as an adaptation. It does attempt to challenge you, and you know the title on the poster and in the movie is Emma stylized with a period at the end, and everyone's kind of theorizing, oh, are they like poking fun at it being a period piece? Who knows? I don't know. I think that there's a certain like unique charm to this, so I'd say seek it out if you can, because period comedies like The Favorite and this not too common, but they're fun.
Yeah, when you were talking, it sounded like you're going to say it was like the favorite. And that would make me want to check it out more than something like Pride and Prejudice. Just not for me, but add a little humor. I'm down with that. I'll check it out for sure when it hits, probably streaming more than likely.